We start this hour in South Asia, and Bangladeshis have gathered for prayers in Dhaka following a historic parliamentary victory for the opposition Bangladesh Nationalist Party. Led by Tarique Rahman, the party's win positions him as a potential prime minister as the country emerges from months of political unrest and economic disruption. Let's listen into what a resident has to say on the results.
আমি আল্লাহর কাছে একটা জিনিস চাবো যে আজকে যেই দেশের প্রধানমন্ত্রী আগামীতে প্রধানমন্ত্রী তারেক রহমান হবে আমি চাই যাতে দেশটা সুন্দরভাবে পরিচালনা করতে পারে এই যে প্রেসিডেন্ট সরকার যে চলে গেছে এই দিকটা যাতে তারা না দোষারোপ দিতে পারে বিএনপির উপরে আগামী সরকার যাতে দেশ সুন্দর করে পরিচালনা করতে পারে সেই জন্য আমি দোয়া করি
Preliminary vote counts indicate that the BNP has secured a majority of seats in the National Parliament. Meanwhile, in a statement, BNP Senior Joint Secretary-General Rahul Kilbir Rizvi have congratulated the people of Bangladesh, hailing the People's Party landslide victory. Joining us now is Major General Siddhartha G, a senior geopolitical and strategic defence expert joining us live from Jaipur. Thank you very much for joining us here on NewsX World. It's always a great pleasure to speak to you. A win consolidated now by the Bangladeshi National Party. Abdul Rahman set to be the next Prime Minister of Bangladesh if all goes well. Before we get in what it means for India and the rest of the region, domestically, what does the BNP stand for, and how will Bangladesh be governed with Rahman at the helm?
Good evening, Thomas. Thank you for inviting me for your show. What it means, as per my take, is that there is some kind of a restoration of democracy to Bangladesh, maybe non-inclusive to some extent, but the people's aspiration has been cast by a thumping majority to the BNP, winning almost 212 seats out of 300. That reflects the sentiments and the aspiration of the people of Bangladesh. And trailing behind Jamaitis, I would say, despite their genocidal involvement during 71 operations, killing almost about 3 million people, same Bangladeshis, and raping and lynching and looting and pillages and all that of almost 250,000 people, women, girls, children. Despite that, winning 77 seats is definitely not very favorable, but I would say there would be a strong opposition to the ruling party to comparatively to large an extent. So, having said that, I would say the stability is definitely visible at the end of the tunnel in some form or the other. Something is better than nothing. Awami League, which is a predominant political party, since they have been banned, they would I am expecting them to put in their all political and all strength and effort to get back to the mainstream as early as possible, but that time will tell us. But for the time being, I think it's a good turnaround, and normalcy should be looked at in an optimistic way despite all challenges. Back to you, Thomas.
And now, the region. What does it mean for the Indian subcontinent, the relationship with India, Bangladesh's relationship with Pakistan going forward? A BNP win, what does it mean for those implications?
Well, I have acronymed a terminology called a devil's triangle. Long back, when 19th of June 2025, there was a meeting on the sideline of a mega event in a place called Kunming in China, and you had the foreign relations officials, senior officials of all the three countries. They met up there on the name of economic collaboration. They collaborated. What economy? When two countries, Pakistan is importing to the tune of 81% of military hardware from China, And Bangladesh, although media is saying that 72%, but actual figure is 82 to 83% of military hardware from China. Now they are going in for an agreement for state-of-the-art fourth-generation aircraft, JF Thunder, J-15 Thunder, J-17, it's called a Thunderbolt or Thunder alone. And they are directly negotiating with Pakistan. With Pakistan is producing J-10C. It is also a 4.5 generation aircraft. These kind of capital and technological intense platforms will put Bangladesh into a long-term strategic dependency. The ecosystem will change, and all these things they indicate towards something beyond the economic collaboration for which they had met on the sideline in Kunming on 19th of June. So there is a military kind of a collaboration between the three countries. One. Second, forces which are inimical to the regional stability. For example, you have Al-Qaeda, you have ISIS, you have Hamas, the footprints of Hezbollah also is being reported, and you have Rohingya Brotherhood Alliance which are existing there, the ISI representative, and more than anything else, the Jamaiti people who had been banned, these very people who were responsible for the genocide way back in 71 of Bangladeshis, the ban having been lifted, they have come onto the mainstream. And who are the Jamaitis? Jamaitis are nothing but Pakistan. So Pakistan, in addition to creating trouble for India from the Western Front, is opening up a new front. The ISI is giving support. Turkey and Qatar also reportedly are extending support. Turkey is making a new defense industry. There is a corridor coming up with Turkey's help. And the piece of land which had been assured to be given by Sheikh Hasina government to India near Chittagong Tract has already been allocated to China for development of a defense industry. Plus the Tista River water dispute, which is the very long pending issue between Bangladesh and India, that had been assured to be given to India during Sheikh Hasina's time. Now it has been assured to be given to China. Under these circumstances, the entry of USA to push back China in multiple forms is a welcome development. China, having penetrated into Bangladesh in different forms for past several years, is unlikely to, take the pushback in earnest. It is also going to strategize itself so that it retains its dominance in the region. And the Islamic fundamentalism, what it means is, put together, there is a competitive, I would say, there is a intersection of competing sphere of influence in Bangladesh. It has become a hodgepodge kind of a thing, which is turning into a great epicenter of global terrorism, unless the BNP puts its head in the right direction and takes right course of action. These forces will contribute towards destabilization and pose a big challenge for the sustenance of this ruling political power of BNP. And that may become a big challenge, not only for Bangladesh, but for the regional stability and security as well.
Major General Tarique, thank you so much for joining us. Of course, we'll continue to bring you all the updates